Hello YouTube, welcome back to another game of Starcraft 2 Legacy of the Void. This is going to be the 5th game, so there's no point hiding what the scores are currently because they're both currently at 2, and this is a best of 5 series. So I hope you have been with me since the beginning of this tournament. If you haven't, of course you're very welcome to check out some of the previous videos. They're all on my YouTube channel, and of course there is the full VOD going to be uploaded once this is actually complete. So this is the 5th game. It's the second semi-final of the Intel Extreme Masters from Taipei, and it's going to be all about this one. Who is going to join our winner from the first semi-final, which I won't spoil, just in case you haven't seen. But is it going to be herO, or is it going to be sOs? So on the bottom right hand side here, we've got sOs spawning as the blue Protoss. He's on team Jin Air Green Wings, and he's from South Korea. His opponent is herO, and herO is spawning on the bottom left hand side here as the red Protoss, and he is on team CJ Entus, and he's also from South Korea like his opponent. So let's see how this one plays out. The last one resulted in herO trying to basically all in, one base all in on herO, but unfortunately herO managed to hold it off. Sorry, herO was trying to do it against sOs. I think that's right. Okay, that didn't quite work out for him, so unfortunately he lost the game, bringing the series to 2 apiece. And let's see how this one plays out. Now just to note, every start of the game so far has been double gas, but herO has actually gotten his gas a little bit later in this one. So it's definitely something to note that he's gone for it a lot later, which means he could potentially be going for some tech a little bit later also. But on the other hand, he does have only one gateway before going for the cybernetic score, so could very well save some resources and then go for a bit later attack. So let's have a look what's going on here. Looks like a one base play from sOs. He's gotten himself 2 gateways already. That's 2 stalkers being made. Does have warp gate technology. Oh, interesting. So the proxy pylon was spotted pretty much immediately at this point. And that means that probably going to overcharge this just to take it out. Or it probably doesn't even need it, to be honest. He does have a stalker here. I wouldn't even waste the overcharge on it, unless absolutely necessary. Stalker's on the way. Pylon has been destroyed at this point. Now the stalkers could very well get surrounded here a little bit, but nope, doesn't look like that's the case. Another proxy pylon being put down. A bit of a risky situation or place, but then again, the one that was safe kind of got spotted pretty much straight away. So there we go, gateway on the way. Going to start producing out of it as soon as it's made, and what the gateway really does is just increases the or reduces the spawning time of warp-ins, but that's not really that crazy. Is going to deny this pylon in return. And just doing a bit of damage. Now there's not a whole lot that herO can do about these stalkers. I mean, there's a lot of stalkers here, but at the same time it would take quite some time to deny this nexus, and to be honest I think he might very well be able to pull it off. Now there is one force field available from the sentry. Oh hello, there's an immortal in the fray here. So this base, he's actually let this go completely. That is definitely a strange one, despite the fact that he started off with an expansion first. He's just given it up completely, and I think that was a mistake. He had more stalkers, he had an immortal, he could have decimated that army. I mean, obviously the biggest fear that he could have possibly had was if one of the units got, or basically the army got split in half, and then he got all of these stalkers versus his half of his army. But the chance of that happening was like 50-50, and losing a nexus like that Not a good idea at all. Because he had so much time to repair. Or to recover from it. So let's see. Looks like this pylon also getting picked off here. Now this is actually going to supply block him. So he definitely wants to get that back up. And let's see how this one plays out. Now there is 2 sentries there. 3 sentries even. Managing to pick off a few units. Good pickoffs. And interestingly enough, one immortal on the way here. No mortal here, so they're going to be quite even in army supply very shortly. But here is a little bit down. His base is not yet complete, so right now SOS is getting a big advantage because of the fact that he managed to deny a base so easily, uncontested completely. So I think all SOS needs to do right now at this particular moment is just make units. That's all he needs to do. If he continues to make units at this exact moment right now, just don't make any probes, just build units, get attacking, he would probably take this game. But of course that would again depend on my macro skills as well, micro skills I mean. Because right now, as you can see, a bunch of drones have been, or probes created for this. And now going to start saturating that. And then destroying these rocks, rock tower I mean, is kind of suggesting that he might go for an expansion right now. You usually do this so you can basically spot whenever somebody's going for your expansion. And it is going to be probably very soon. So let's see, 3 immortals now inside this army, just 2 on this side. Is there another one being made? There is indeed. Now Blink is on the way for both of our players. It's going to be quite crucial for the fight before it actually starts, because Blink Stalkers are pretty much recyclable if they blink away out of harm's way before they take any fatal damage. Now peculiarly enough, or strangely enough, as I've been recently told, he's destroyed the tower and then he's destroying the rocks as well, so definitely strange that he's doing this. Four mortals here, 3 on SOS's side, but there's a lot more stalkers on SOS's side, so army supply is bigger. Now level 1 weapons are going to complete at almost identical times, same with the blink. I think if played correctly here, SOS could easily take this. 1 immortal is not going to be sufficient to account for about, what's that, 5 extra stalkers? Absolutely not. Let's see, army supply still favoring SOS. I think all SOS really needs to do is continue to make units right now. He's got his bases up earlier. He's got his economy rolling earlier. And he's also got a bigger army supply. So essentially, all he has to really do is just do exactly what he's doing. But expanding anymore is not going to make sense for him. He needs to just finish off his opponent right now. Now a disruptor has been made for herO. He's got 2 more on the way. And looks like SOS, he doesn't have any yet, but he is making one. Oh, he has 1 here actually. Just not with the army yet. It's a very passive game so far, I have to say. Not a lot going on. They're all pretty concerned with what they're doing. Oh my god, that was... Oh, heart attack. Please, don't do this to me. Purification Novas are just deadly. Absolutely deadly. Now, just to know, there's Blink Stalkers available for both players, so they can dodge those Purification Novas quite indefinitely, as long as they pay attention to them. Oh, here we go again. Oh, 2 of the Disruptors have been taken out for SOS. Is this going to turn the game around? 2 Purification Novas, or 2 Disruptors taken out. He's got 2 remaining, but he just lost 2 of them. He could have had 4. 2 more are being produced as well for both of our players. I'm just waiting for a Purification Nova to hit that actually just hits every single player. Oh, nice. Actually getting that his immortals protected with their shields, so that's quite nice, quite clever. Looks like pylons are denying pretty much expansions everywhere, just to spot out what's happening. 101 to 72 is the army supply. Honestly, as I said, I think that if SOS gives us a bit too much time, he could very, very easily lose this if he gets unlucky with some Purification Novas. So he needs to right now to engage, fight this head on, and take out his opponent. Now herO going for Dark Templars. Now that has turned the game around a few times in this tournament so far. Dark Templars. Now 1 Stalker, probably not worth chasing it. Oh, nice! SOS getting back 1 of his Disruptors. Some payback for the ones that he lost already. So more and more Disruptors being made. Oh my god! Oh god. Okay. Right. Disruptors. You've got to land something. Why don't your Purification Novas blink, huh? Make them blink. Nice. Managing to hit 2 of those immortals. So those immortals have been worn down just a little bit. That is a lot of Disruptors. I don't even know if that's too many. He's got 8 Disruptors in total. What he needs to essentially do is catch out the Stalkers so that one time they already blinked away, so they wasted their cooldown, and then catch them out with this Purification Nova. If he can get that done. Now the problem that I find with many Disruptors is that the micro becomes very, very difficult with that. You have to individually control each one of those Purification Novas so they go in the right direction. So if you've got like 8 or 9 extra units to control separately, that is very difficult to pull off. Now Dark Templars are actually herO's Dark Templars, so they're not doing a whole lot. Now, this is a very ballsy move here. herO deciding to go right across the map and expand towards his opponent like this. That is very ballsy and gonna be dangerous. Hopefully he's not gonna lose too much out of it. Oh, 1. At this point, it's quite even in the trades of the Disruptors. 4 Disruptors taken out for both of our players. So quite even so far. And he will probably be able to deny this, but he is indeed getting quite surrounded. Oh! That was so many units. He lost 3 Disruptors in that. Wow. And 2 more. Wow, this is it. I think this is it. This has to be it. herO has just destroyed so many of SOS's Disruptors. this puts SOS or herO in such a prime position right now. I mean, unless he can... Oh, all these Purification Novas, are they gonna land? Yes, they are! Look at those explosions! So many Stalkers getting taken out pretty much immediately right there. And there we go, finally getting cleaned up. Now, this kind of took a turn for the worst for herO. He did have quite a superior advantage there, and ooh, managing to snipe off that Nexus finally. What is he going to do here? He does have a few disruptors here. In fact, a few. He has 5. That's quite a nice number. There we go. I think this base is going to get denied. I'm pretty sure it's forfeit at this point. Putting it up pretty much immediately. Not worried about them units returning at all. SOS has 99 supply and army. herO has 79. So it's still anyone's game. Oh, this is huge. If you saw how close that was, damn, you should be clenching right now. I'm sure that SOS is clenching right now. Well, not right now, but when this game was played, SOS is probably clenching. He blinked right into the disruptor. And if he would have, if he wouldn't have killed it for just half a second longer, that would have been about 3/4 of his army with 1 Purification Nova destroyed. So 100 supply against 63. So far so good. And looks like we got a depths. Taking out a bunch of workers here. And let's see, how many disruptors do we have on each side? Looks like we got 6 on SOS's side. And we got 6 on herO's side. And SOS is making 2 more. Oh, huge Purification Nova was going down. I saw there's... is that 3? 3 total disruptors? Or even more, hold on. No, that was 5. He just destroyed 5 disruptors. That was absolutely huge. To be honest, he got a chase with those Stalkers as well. But of course, he didn't know that this big army was there. And SOS doesn't seem to be building a whole lot right now. Seems like herO is the one who's making all the units. All the buildings. Getting really close with those blinks. Harassment from both sides. This is actually quite a strange game style now. I've seen it a few times. And basically when Protoss versus Protoss balls start colliding, essentially they don't fight with their main armies. They just fight with the disruptors in the back of them. I wonder if anybody actually tried to make only disruptors. Just make a bunch of them and just say, hell, screw this. Imagine like 15 Purification Novas going down. That would be eventful. So it looks like this game approaching 20 minutes. And still, both of our players, let's have a look at the units lost tab. There's not been a whole lot of units lost. 49 Stalkers is by no means a huge amount. I think he would have been better off blinking towards them there. But then again, would it be too risky? Potentially. That poor cannon got destroyed pretty much immediately. Nice Purification Nova was going down also. Not hitting a whole lot. He did destroy a few units, but not a huge amount. And this base is fully mined out. This is of course mined out. This base is quickly getting mined out as well. Just a few resource nodes left. Ooh, picked off very nicely there. Now both players losing units right now, are workers. Looks like the Dark Templar is taking care of this base. Purification Nova is going down, not quite reaching those disruptors, unfortunately for them. Let's see, this is still going on here. And the Nexus has been denied. And I wonder really, what goes through a player's mind when they're at such a stalemate right now? Nobody's willing to engage onto the other player. They're both being pretty passive. And they're both kind of, what am I doing here? Oh! Did you just see that? That was the biggest Purification Nova I have seen ever. That took out every one of his disruptors. This is over. This is SOS's game right now. There is no coming back from that. Absolutely not. Oh my god. I mean, look at the army supply. 114 to 26. He's just going to steamroll him right now. He's got the biggest Purification Nova hit all game. And I suppose this is probably what the players were waiting for all game long. Which I think it's a bit unfortunate. This is what Protoss has resulted in. But yeah, so that's pretty much that. SOS takes game number 5. And this means he's going to be moving on to the final. To face off against the next opponent. Which I will not tell you just now. And that is it for this best of 5 series. SOS winning it means he's going to be going on to the grand final of this tournament. Now, just a note, I have to show you again in slow motion that last Purification Nova that ripped herO's army to shreds. I have to show you again. I'll see you guys next time. Good luck. Take care. Bye bye.